about me, I've got the 3 boys and I'm quite often on my own with them. Guy is a windsurfer, so he is often off in very nice destinations all around the world. He's not just enjoying himself, he is working hard. But yeah, he has got a bit of a dream job. He goes off for about 2 weeks and then he might come home for about 2 weeks. So as you can imagine, it's quite up and downy for me and the boys, because it's really different environments for them to be living in. It's at home with mummy, just having one person to respond to when he's away, in order for me to stay sane-ish. I've got to have quite a strict routine just so that things happen, you know, so that homework gets done and bedtimes have to be quite early, just so that I can get my jobs done in the evening and the household chores done. Guy is a man with a lot of energy and he's never quite grown up, I guess partly because of the job he does. So he comes home and it's like a bomb exploding in our house. The place goes from being tidy to being a mess. The kids are hyper the whole time, so is Guy. And yeah, I become very much the only girl in the house. When Guy's home, it's me and 4 crazy wild boys. It's all about skateboarding and water sports and cycling everywhere, and yeah, it's really not a calm atmosphere when he's home. Wouldn't change it for the world. I have so many people tell me he is the best dad ever, especially for 3 boys, which makes me wince just a little bit when people say it, because I feel like I'm the one doing all the hard work sometimes. So it's pretty crazy. And Guy comes home and he's forgotten the routine, he's forgotten what time the kids go to bed. It's like someone's just erased family everything from his brain while he was away. So it can be quite frustrating and it's quite hard work and a little bit stressful for me. But it is good fun and it shakes things up and yeah, adds to our wild, crazy life that we lead. At least twice a week I have a moment of realising what my mum and dad have done for me and for my brother and sister, and it's something that I don't think anybody could appreciate until you've brought up kids yourself. You know, I used to have nightmares, I used to get up in the night and my mum was always there for me. I never went through night times on my own if I was having a bad night, and I've done the same for my kids, and I think I've learned a lot about amazing parenting of my mum and dad, and you know, I can honestly say they have done an amazing job. We did it on a shoestring. There wasn't very much money in the pot, and they did a fantastic job bringing us all up really well. I thought I was going to be an amazing mum because I'd worked with kids, I trained to work with kids. I did 2 years of teacher training and I've done a lot of work with children with challenging behaviour, especially I've worked for years with children with physical and behavioural needs, mainly at kind of toddler level, and I loved it. I've always been a very maternal person naturally and always loved working with kids and dealing with the challenges that they present. So that's always been an interest of mine, and therefore I kind of was really looking forward to being a parent and having my own child to turn into the perfect child because I knew so much about it. I think it was a massive shock to me when actually it wasn't natural or easy when it happened. I think because of my experience, I expected it to be a lot easier than it was, and I struggled from day one. You know, I got pregnant and immediately had the worst morning sickness ever. So right from the start, just felt like something that was going to be wonderful and beautiful and make me feel complete actually made me feel horrific. And then I had a baby and couldn't breastfeed properly. It was really tough breastfeeding. And it was just all the things that I thought were going to come naturally to me and were going to be easy, that just weren't. I found it really, really hard. With Rocker, he was an extremely good first baby, very, very good-natured and well until he was 15 months old, and then he had his first febrile convulsion, and yeah, after that I think it just was really, really tough, because I became a different mum to what I had been, yeah, he had repeated febrile seizures, so it wasn't just the 1, 2 or 3 that quite often children get. He went on and on and on having fits, and tests and hospital visits and emergency ambulances. It was pretty rotten, followed by having Diggory, who had a home birth and went into hospital on the day he was born because he stopped breathing with reflux. It was just felt like I was being hit with that stick over and over again. You know, Rocco's going to be 9 next month, and still we're on that roller coaster ride. It's still up and down, tricky this, tricky that, and amazing that, and then lovely moments. So yeah, the the never-ending job that is parenthood, but it is good fun, and I've got 3 really, really wonderful children, and I'm really happy.